you can't control. Running wild, can't calm down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. For a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. For a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind. And I won't let you go. I need you by my side. I'm done, I'm gone, so don't run from the truth. You're lost, now I know you played me just like a flute. I still can't believe you had me on a leash, cutting all my teeth with all the lies you bring. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Hey y'all, I'm trying to get it to work. My mobile is working, but my desktop is not. So, I know, yeah, you can hear me, but I can't do my show unless I've got my desktop. Okay. I don't know what's. So they just did like the biggest update StreamYard has done since um probably the biggest update I've seen. And let me just restart my device. Let me just restart this and see if that'll work. Bear with me, guys. I apologize. Um, I'll still be up in there. Well, it just shut off. It was playing and then, but bump. That was it. Um, guys, guess what? I do want to tell you. They just did a show, a whole show on Summer Wells on Court TV. We're going to go over that tomorrow. As well. It's been a Monday. Lord, has it been a Monday? Has it ever been a Monday? Um, yeah, Chris McDonough from the interview room was on there. Jason Jensen was on there. I'm trying to see if it'll work now. I just restarted, so hopefully it'll work. So yeah, it's time. Summer is brought whoever did whatever to her, which I definitely have my feelings on that case. The two craziest, like as far as on YouTube wise, has been Summer Wells and Sebastian Rogers. Is Gracie in here? There's Grace. How you doing, honey? What the hell is going on here? I don't know what's going on. What is going on? I don't understand. If it's mine. Okay, every other website's working. Let me try StreamYard again. Otherwise, it is StreamYard for sure. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. 1 second.
Well, hello, cool cats and kittens. 1 second. There we go. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate you. Thank you for hanging around. Hi, I'm thrown off now. It's September 16th. It's Monday, 2024, 9:16 p.m. on the East. Thank you all. I need to change this fan. 1 second, y'all. We got it. We got it. Wow, what a day I have been up since 5:30 this morning, had to work, and then had an event this evening that I had to go to for a couple hours, and then got home and had to do more work on top of that. Good to see you all. Thank you all so much. Please hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't yet hit that thumbs up, I would greatly greatly appreciate it. All right. Let's see. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, guys. Have I Renee, I have not got to check today, to be honest with you. I'm really excited about the update with, well, it's not an update, but they're doing a show one summer. Vinnie Politan is on Court TV. So I'm really excited about that. We'll go over that tomorrow. Make sure you watch it as well on your own. Sorry, Chris, not Chris. Yeah, well, CP just popped up on my thing. Purple's your favorite color? Nice. My favorite color, what is it, Matt? What is my favorite color? I really like red, and I like, of course, black. And who doesn't? And I like green as well. Yeah. Like the little Hulk. Hi, Justin. I can't watch tonight, but I'm watching the reruns. Thank you, Sandy. Where is my second? And then red, you mean, Miss Curvy? Yeah, black makes you look slim. Makes you look slim. Yeah. So I feel like I'm really thrown off now. I feel like I need to start over, but oh well, I won't. So a bunch of craziness going on, more drama than actually speaking about Sebastian. Coral is my favorite color. You see me wear a lot of coral. I even wear it in the winter. I don't give a shit. It brightens my day. We have very gloomy winters. Very gloomy. Thank you, Susan. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to hear those comments. It really does. It really does. And you know, it's I was live a little bit to earlier, just an hour. And everyone that says it feels like everyone who's saying the drama needs to stop is still participating in the drama. You know what I mean? I guess it's always easier to point out other people, if we're honest, than it is ourselves. I really choose to not really ever speak about drama. It's nothing that I really do much on my channel. But it's interesting how people, say they're not biased, but there's people that will just say, they don't like Seth, or they don't like this person or that person. Like, if you're biased because of whatever reason, it's okay to say that, I think. I mean, I really do think it's okay to say that. I would rather someone be honest than be more hypocritical. It's my opinion. I go with common sense, and I also go with what we know, right? And what we know is that there is no evidence that Sebastian walked out the door. Yes, LA. Hope you feel better, honey. Sending you well wishes, honey. And if there's no evidence to suggest he walked out of that door, then what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, it means there's nothing to say that he walked out that door. In my opinion, there's evidence that there's a car, right? There's human activity going in that backyard, and there's human activity of one person going back. Now, Katie says it was just her and Sebastian. Well, Sebastian's gone. That, from what I understand, it's actually closer to 3:30 than it was 3. So if we look at that, what does that tell you? One's already gone and one goes back. Right? What are all of these inconsistencies, constant inconsistencies? And it's not even, you know, they'll say remembering stuff, right? But it's also the changing of the story. It's also the lack of transparency about what, and let me be clear, nobody owes any of us anything. That goes for the Proudfoots, that goes for Seth. You don't have to say anything. I also understand that. The question is, why wouldn't you want to clear things up? Why wouldn't you? Right? There was all of this talk about Seth left for 2 hours, 3 hours, right? All of this talk. I knew it never happened, but put out his time sheets, right? He didn't have to. Thank you, Carol. Is it? Hold on, I might have it on too long. 1 second. Let me see what I have it on. Here you go. I fixed it for you. You should be able to speak now. right? But like I always say, people who have nothing to hide, hide nothing, right? They also don't use semantics. They also don't, you know, twist and play with words. Thank you, Carol. Why would any parent want to step parent, parent, family member, why would they want to play word games whenever your son, your stepson is missing? Why? It is. It is. It is. We hear various accounts of, was he here? Was Mr. Foot here at 5:15 a.m.? That has never made sense to me. Never made sense to me. If you was there at 5:15 in the morning, I'm going to call that sus. I'm going to call that very sus, in my opinion. Because according to your calculation, you were on the phone till about midnight. After and you're talking for a couple hours. You had all weekend to talk, but I digress. By the time you actually fall asleep, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Right? If you're there by 5:15, the absolute latest he could have left, the latest, I'm giving the most benefit of the doubt for the 5:15 a.m. theory. He would have had to have left, what was it, 5:15, 4:30. 4:30. That's waking up, brushing your teeth, right? Getting your clothes on, getting a cup of coffee or taking a shower. That's given him 30 minutes to leave his place. And it's 15 minutes from work. So if you went to sleep at 1 o'clock, right, there was no more than 3.5 hours of sleep maximum. And that is maximum if you was there at 5:15. Now, I would say, why would you be working on a crane long hours at 3.5 hours of sleep? Right. If you was there at 7:30. You had enough time to go for a long ride. But I'm not even sure any of that happened, to be quite honest with you. I am not even sure about that. Look at Seth. What happened when Sebastian went missing? What happened? Well, all of the coworkers came together and they donated their vacation time so they had there's something like when something really bad happens, you get time for that. It's like a grievance time or something like that. And then they donated their time. What happened when Mr. Foot left his job? What happened then? He was fired. Have you ever seen anyone be fired or their job up in the air whenever something traumatic happens? You lose someone or an accident happens. Have you ever seen anyone's job be up in the air? You would never be fired for something like that. Never. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right, Caddy. Especially if it's what they call a no call, no show, right? Miss Kirby, it's early there. No, no, we're talking about Butterfly whenever he first went missing. Remember, these are his words, not my words. He said, I almost got fired because of all of this. And when he was on the interview with Nancy, he said, my job's up in the air. We heard that several times. Right, Marlo? Well, that's what someone said. But we know people say a lot. People say a lot. I mean, look at things people say about Seth. Yes, Seth still has his job, of course. Yeah. He is on doctor where thing where he had his shoulder. Yes, guys, please hit that thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Carol, as well. Appreciate you, my dear. Haven't heard Seth got fired. No, he didn't get fired. I promise you that. No. That's what. That's right. That's right. At will state, you don't have to be given a reason to be fired. That is yeah, but I believe he's with a union, if I'm correct. And regardless. Right. Right. I mean, you're working at a hospital. Right. So I think for transparency reasons across the board, as Mr. Foote said in his very first interview, when absolutely nobody was even side eyeing them, to say that was weird. Why not just show your life 360? Why not just show your time card? That's very simple. Law enforcement does not care. You know that. I know that. Maybe. Maybe. There's no reason. This is one time, in my opinion, he can't use the excuse, I can't show my time card. Right? Why not? Now, he will say, I can't tell you when I was home during the entire month of February because law enforcement OSHA violation just right. Oh my god. But it's pretty interesting, isn't it? How you can't say if you've been home all month at your very own home. You can't. I mean, it's it's so interesting to me that you haven't been named a suspect. You also nobody has been cleared of anything. And yet he's saying law enforcement has dictated him not to. There is nothing like that. They are not going to tell you what you can or what you can't say. That's BS. That's BS. My lovely Drew, thank you so much for becoming a member, my dear. Or renewing your membership. Sorry. Renewing that, my dear. Really appreciate you. Fire away. Give me a good one. Give me a good one, as he says. Child's missing. Give me a good one. Well, all the good ones, you say, can't say. Oh, yeah, Miss Kirby. Yeah. Whipping an autistic child. No child deserves that. He wanted the hard questions. Yeah. Fire away. Give me a good one. Never heard someone say that. That was, can you imagine? Let's just think about this a moment. Can you imagine John Benet Ramsey up there saying, give me a good one? Think about that. Think about John Benet Ramsey, right, at the podium or online saying, give me a good one. That tells you a lot right there, doesn't it? In my opinion. Wow, Petra. I like those questions that make you think. Justin, what would Chris have done to Sebastian if he lied like Chris? Colostrum popcorn. That's right, Miss Kirby. Right? I mean, forgetting a belt, it's corporal punishment. Can't imagine what a lie would do. A constant changing of the stories, right? I mean, when you ask, right, like your child something, you, hey, SW, good to see you. You don't expect them to lie to you. You expect them to tell you the truth the first time, right? You don't expect them to change their story. What about with, I don't know, a missing child? That could be the hate Chris had, his own hate for himself, possibly catching him in his opinion a lie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, Laugh a Day. There is all of these things that people just forget about or they just choose not to see them. Right? And that's what's bizarre to me. But Seth, we're here for did Sebastian walk out by himself? There's nothing to suggest that, right? Right. Someone went back to that house. But but Seth, but Seth, but Seth was at work. That's all I care about in this situation. That's all I care about. We know that that man was at work. We have no idea about anyone else. Too many things mounting up, and I'm guilty of forgetting and then having a heart. Then reality hits. Guidance, I think there's a lot of manipulation, right? And I'll be the first to say, I believe Katie misses and loves Sebastian. I'll be the first to admit that. But sometimes things happen. I don't know who did it. I will not ever say directly someone did something. But I will ask the questions that are very obvious. Kelsey, that's what I wonder. I think there was great strife in that house for a few months. Well, Holly Irish, I don't agree, Justin. If she loved him, she would tell the truth in Sebastian's defense. You know, I think sometimes they feel like whatever happened has happened, and they don't want any consequences if there is foul play from any of the parents. Of course, Holly, of course. Have you heard about Nina's Facebook chat? There are some creators who have said very vulgar and offensive things about her. Just disgusting. Philippe, I have. I have. It's horrible that a mother who has had her back to the wall with him Nina doesn't come from money. Remember, according to her, she didn't like it. He didn't like it that her mom and dad lived in a trailer. Pretty shallow, right? Pretty shallow. And so she hasn't had mommy to bail her out with everything, right? Boy, isn't that something? Isn't that something? And so Nina has fought like hell. She was planning a move, Crazy Moon says. Rumor had it. Well, I have a source that her son knows him and says that they were planning on getting a divorce, and that allegedly, all allegedly, that he was in the process or getting ready to liquidate assets. Liquidate assets. Yeah, I'm going to cover it tomorrow. I am speaking on emotionally showing her emotions, not breaking cycles. Yeah, and it's appalling. For someone to say those things about her. Someone to say those things about her. If you look at Nina and you look at Edgar, right? She's not on her fifth marriage. He was about to be on his sixth, right? Muddy Paws, thank you, my sweet dear. Both sus, Mister. You're not asking the right questions. I asked about that. Mr. TBI won't let me answer that. Mr. I work 12 to 16 hours a day. SR could take care of himself. Mr. I hit SR one time with the belt. Mr. I was hurt when Mr. SR was hurt when I caught him. I don't remember that one. Mr. was hurt when I caught him. I don't remember that one, Bunny Paws. Both misters, I didn't hit my ex-wife. Right. So when it comes to 1 second, I want to check my text on something so I'm clear. One second, guys. I'm trying to read something so I understand what this means. Question is one. So whenever you're not asking the right questions, I want to clear that one up. I asked about that. And it was that apparently we haven't asked the right questions in order to find Sebastian, right? The question still remains. But what about the Mr. was hurt when I caught him? Muddy Paws. Where was that one at? Let me see if Muddy Paws is written. Thank you for that, Muddy Paws. I appreciate you very much, my dear. This fan's going to give me pneumonia, guys. Hold on. Does anyone know where that one came from? SR said he prevented Sebastian from hitting his head and he got hurt. Was hurt when I caught him. Oh, was that when he was really little? When they were fighting? Like when him and Katie were together? Him and Katie were together. When Nina made a mistake marrying CP. She certainly did. She's a real mom because she left the trash. Can you imagine being chased down the highway and into an airport with your kid and on a Facebook Live. Um, Chris would dump an instant if he. Yeah, peas. It was about to be, you know, when Seth put his hand on the door to keep Sebastian from hitting it. I don't really remember that. Like, there's some vague thing about it, but I feel for Nina too, and nobody. Oh, me too. Me too. It's just amazing to me that she comes on one time to tell her story, and she was brave as shit to do that as well. And now people are literally saying they want to do stuff violently to her. That's wrong. That's wrong. And I hope that they take that back and apologize for at least that. That would be the best thing to do, honestly. We shouldn't say we want to, you know, do something violent to a person for just speaking out their truth, right? Being critical of something, that's one thing, but then that's a little bit much. I believe they are speaking on the PO filing KP did against Seth. Well, we also have to remember that regardless, in my opinion, no matter what the feet say, do the math. Do the math and see if the feet were together whenever she was with Seth. Do the math. Look at the dates. Listen to Nina. Right. Nobody will tell your sins more than your ex. You know that. Um, and that's right. Hold on. I'm so freaking tired. I can't even know where my button is. Where are we at? Where are we at? Survey says yes, they were. Yes, they were. What does she win, Johnny? I'm gonna get some game show music. Tell her what she won, Johnny. She won a new car. uh, by what I mean, tribal. This is the only thing that matters to me. Honest to God. Honest to God. At the end of the day, it's not about what Chris did umpteen years ago, about what Seth did umpteen years ago. It is a good points toward a certain behavior for the future, right? One second. Guys, can you guys give me just a minute? Just give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. I probably shouldn't have went live tonight. Thank you for that, Muddy Paws. I really do appreciate you. What was I speaking about? Oh yeah, I see you. Yes. You find someone cheating? That's a whole different ball game, right? Many Paws. I think people forget we have a full 7 months of BS on both sides. There's been things that I don't agree with Seth, right? And I have made that clear, right? But the things Seth has been, in my opinion, more criticized for is for things he has done because of people he's chosen, right? Y'all know I'm not a big Tony fan, right? I feel like, in my opinion, Tony was a big reason why the things happened with Trevor. Trevor and Josh are like my buddies. And, you know, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's, I just don't, I don't think it's anyone's business who Chris and Katie find comfort in or value. or Seth. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like, and that's me, I personally don't think Tony helped. I think he was very silly for believing that Steven guy. Remember the Steven guy? Uh I just don't think it's, I mean, that was embarrassing, right? And that's exactly my point. That for me, that is exact for me personally. The whole reason I feel like we're here or should be here is because of Sebastian, right? And the main thing, in my opinion, is finding what happened to him. There's two ways you can work a case, right? In order to find Sebastian, right? You have to find out clues, looking around where the evidence, right, leads you, right? People's statements, right? Where they've been, their cellular data, right? All the different things. Their behavior. That's one way. Or you can work a case backwards, but that is only if you find the person, whether some person finds Sebastian, right? And then that can kind of point you, in many cases, back to who may have done it. But people's always like, what about finding, well, let's keep it on Sebastian. And I agree with that. But you have to look at the environment and what happened in people's statements and their behavior. Your environment is the biggest part, right, of, everything around you. It was on TikTok. He claims Sebastian was texting with KP's. There was so much stuff with that. That was so embarrassing. Um, and Tony just lapped it up. He just lapped it up. And I thought, oh my God, that's for me. That's when I was like, "Ugh, he's not the person." You know what I mean? Yeah, TikTok is nuts. It's nuts. It's crazy. It's crazy. Guys, I love you all. I appreciate you. Um, thank you again, Muddy Paws. Very generous of you. I appreciate you, my friend. And thank you, Holly. As someone said last night, hitting with the belt was not abuse because it's not illegal. It is illegal. Yes, it is illegal to hit with a belt. Yes, you cannot hit with any object. That I can tell you. That I can tell you. You can spank with your hand. Yes. Yes. You can not hit someone with any instrument and or object. It is illegal. I've done foster care on and off for 13, 14 years. Y- you cannot, which you can't do that to foster anyways, obviously, but you have to take classes on all kinds of stuff. It's not illegal to whip. It's not illegal to whip, right? Um, Now, one thing I am not sure about is it even legal? Is it even legal to whip at all someone with a disability? I mean, I don't understand it, honestly. Guys, I'll tell you, I got my ass whipped as a kid, right? It did nothing other than made me fear, uh, and didn't teach me anything really. It just makes you fear. It doesn't. I feel like sitting down, speaking with why. Let's work through this. Like, why are you thinking? Like, let's work this problem out, or this. Let's find a solution for it. And I don't understand. It is against the law for your spouse to hit you, for you to hit your spouse. Why is it legal to hit a child, even with your hand? I've never understood that. Why you can't hit your spouse can't hit you. That's called DV. Whether if it's with your hand or with the belt or with another object. But it's legal. It is legal to spank your child with your hand. I got the belt. I got the switch. I got the shoe at times. Um, so I didn't know I was live either. um, yeah. VP, it's there is there is a way that if Seth, even wanted to push it, Chris admitting that he whipped an autistic child with a belt is I agree. I mean, that's personally what I agree. I mean, I think it may be a little different if you're like a step parent and you've been there since they were, almost the beginning. You know what I mean? I think I don't know. I just think that part varies on. I just don't think anybody should be putting a hand on a child, to be honest with you at all. Um, you know, our parents were taught different, right? And when we know better, we should do better. Oh, Lily. From KP's mouth, Sebastian had to earn time on his Switch and phone. Yeah. Yeah, to earn on his phone where he could call what contacts and he didn't have and use a calculator. Yeah. I don't know. That's all it does, Lisa. That is all whipping does. It just terrifies the child. Um It just terrifies. To do anything such as play your game, you had to earn that. Yes. Yes. Um, how that was earned, I have no idea, but I had my knuckles hit at school by the nuns. Yeah. 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 The old Catholic schools, boy, they were fun. People, telling you, if you didn't go to a Catholic school back in the day, you just didn't know the old Catholic schools. Not the new Catholic schools. It it changed in the when did it change? I think the 80s, maybe early 80s. Yeah, yeah. That's what he would do. She would allegedly tell him to go lay down on the bed, even if. Yes, Marlena, we're going to do a video on that tomorrow. That's what I was telling people. Allegedly, go lay down in the bed, even if he wasn't tired, and he would lay there in the bed and do his fidgets with his paper clips and pennies. P. Daddy, he got arrested after a grand jury indictment. In my opinion, he's one, in my opinion, where the bodies have piled up under him for a long time. A long time. Think that's the reason the Tupac is in here. Strap was early 80s. Yep. That's what I was thinking. Yep. We got paddled in school. Yep. Um my I had a teacher in school, and my grandmother knew her, and there was a couple times where uh we lived on the same street. She was my Sunday school teacher as well, and there was a couple times where she swatted me. For sure. I can still smell her perfume. I can still smell her perfume. I swear it was like, I don't know, it was really strong. I don't even know what it was. I am tired. I've been up since 5:30. I went to bed at 2:30, and I worked today. And then I got new brakes and tires and an oil change, and then went to school pickup. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. It was Chantilly. It's Chantilly. It's awful. And then we came home. I made dinner, and then we went to an event this evening and came home and all that. So it's been a day. I was getting them on. That's what I was doing. Snow will be up to my ass pretty soon. So, yeah, it's kind of sad. Lisa B, it was um, I think it was 14. Uh, where were you? Oh, I was a mean ass child. I really was. I was such a bad child. I really was. I was insane as a kid. Yep. Yep, that's what everyone's saying. He's arrested. He's arrested. Thank you so much, Holly. I didn't see that. I apologize. Uh Deprivation and isolation. Mm, yeah. Oh, what I do? Exactly. No, I'm actually going to bed. I will be live in the morning. It'll be 10:30 or so. I was going to try to go live this morning, but work lasted a little bit longer, and then went and got my tires and stuff done. Uh Seth basically raised him until they divorced. She never really had. I think about that, VP EJ. I think about that as well. See, I get in another conversation. I tell y'all about it, and I get another conversation. There's, and again, I'm not saying this happened, but I was speaking to one of my best friends, and she was in the military, and she said, and she watches, and she was like, she knows this story, and she said, it's can be a common thing whenever someone is in the military or they start the military when their child is very young and they don't get that bonding, right? And so I think she went into the military, and good for her. Appreciate anyone, you know, you got to give them credit for that, anyone. And so that's that bonding experience. And where'd it go? And so I think that he was there a lot. And I just think that it was literally Seth, Sebastian, military, right into a new marriage. Yeah, I don't know, I was a really hyper kid. Um, I was pretty mean, actually. My grandmother said, she's like, you know, I'm glad you were like crazier when you was a kid and you like leveled out. So, anywho, I had none when I went in and three babies by the time I left. Yep. Yep, Soldier Girl. I missed a lot of the first for my babies. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Lolo. That's very sweet. I appreciate you. You're right, lady. For justice, you're right. I think Seth has regrets, probably. I think we all look back and we have some sort of regrets on things, right? Yes, just heard. That's what we just heard. Justice has been served. I think he knew that was coming. They had to like lock down his passport. Thank you, JD. right. I mean, there's a few things looking back that, I wish I wouldn't have done or wouldn't, but they were pretty much when I was really young, like 25 or under. So I think as you get older, I try not to, and that's what I still don't understand about a lot of these creators, to be honest. I mean, we all do it at some point, but I really try not to say something that I know I can never take back. Because once you say that, you cannot take it back, especially if it's someone you love, right? Or something that people are going to remember about you forever, right? Especially as creators. I don't know how someone gets on here and screams and just cusses and acts like a buffoon. That's what I don't get it. I don't get it. You would think you wouldn't want. I think it's and it's more about being a badass. I don't want to be remembered as a badass. I want to be remembered as fair, right? As fair as possible. And kind. We all make mistakes, absolutely. And some days we just have a day. We all are out of character sometimes. Every one of us. Nobody is perfect. Some days I'm say things I'm like, "What? You say that. But we can all learn better. I love you all. Appreciate you. Get some rest. Get some rest, all of you. We got a live to do at 10:30 Eastern AM. 10:30 in the morning. So you've got to join me with some coffee, cappuccino, soda, water, whatever, at 10:30 in the morning. So get some sleep. Oh, bless you, Babs. Good night, everyone. Love you all and appreciate you. Good night and God bless.